Dear applicants, now let's see in more details how to get a grant from the VET Toolbox. Pay attention, this video should be considered only as an information and does not replace the call for proposals documents. Don't forget to read these documents carefully, they are the only legal and contractual basis. The 4 priorities of this call are: 1. Access. 2. Completion. 3. Transition. 4. Continuous learning. Applicants must develop projects that target at least 2 of these priorities. A maximum of 1 application with a single country scope will be awarded per country. Therefore, applicants are strongly encouraged to seek cooperation with potential partners in the country where the action would take place. There are 6 steps to get a grant from the VET Toolbox. Let's start with the first step. What are the eligibility criteria? To ensure national ownership and sustainability of the action, at least 1 applicant, it can be the lead applicant and/or co-applicants, must be properly established and registered in the country in which the action takes place. To be eligible, the lead applicant must be a legal person and a non-state and non-profit making actor. This includes both non-profit-making institutions such as non-governmental non-profit organizations, community-based organizations, private sector non-profit agencies. It includes also networks thereof at local, national, regional and international level. Be aware that international organizations set up under international agreements are not eligible. In order to ensure national ownership and sustainability of the action, the lead applicant must act with at least 1 co-applicant. Co-applicants must satisfy the same eligibility criteria as applicable to the lead applicant himself. In addition, the following categories are also eligible as co-applicants. Public sector institutions and organizations, such as vet centers, employment services, or public sector authorities, such as national, regional and local authorities. For-profit institutions and organizations are also eligible for co-applicants. However, in case of for-profit institutions and organizations and networks thereof at local, national, regional and international level, the grant must not give rise to profits for neither the beneficiaries, coordinator/lead applicant and co-beneficiaries/co-applicants, nor any affiliated entity. In the context of this call, profit is defined as a surplus of the receipts over the eligible costs approved by the contracting authority when the request for payment of the balance is made. Legal entities properly established and registered in the following countries are eligible: Asian countries listed in Annex L, African countries listed in Annex L, EU member states, Switzerland in accordance with the bilateral agreements with the EU, Iceland, Norway and Liechtenstein in accordance with the EEA agreement. Affiliated entities are eligible under this call. Be aware that only entities having a structural link with the applicants, in particular a legal or capital link, may be considered as affiliated entities. Associates and contractors are not applicants nor affiliated entities. What are the eligible actions? An action is composed of a set of activities. The duration of an action may not be lower than 18 months nor exceed 24 months. We co-finance 3 types of actions. 1. Piloting.
Develop, test and/or implement new and innovative strategies and approaches in vocational education and training for vulnerable and disadvantaged groups.
2. Knowledge and development. Use the pilot experience to develop a knowledge product. 3. Raising awareness on the rights of disadvantaged and vulnerable groups and empowering these groups. Remember, You must develop projects that include both piloting type of actions as well as knowledge development type of actions. Awareness-raising actions are optional. A priority will be given to projects developing 2 or all 3 specific objectives. We consider as ineligible actions concerned only or mainly with individual sponsorships for participation in workshops, seminars, conferences and congresses, with individual scholarships for studies or training courses, with the improvement of facilities, infrastructure and/or equipment, with the acquisition of immovable property and/or vehicles, with capacity development of the applicants, with training programs involving the pursuance of higher education leading to the award of an advanced diploma, graduate diploma, degree or post-degree qualification. Be aware that you may not propose financial support to third parties. We're expecting from you to take all necessary steps to publicize the fact that the European Union has financed or co-financed the action. What are the eligible costs? Costs must comply with the provisions of Article 14 of the General Conditions to the Standard Grant Contract. The budget may include a contingency reserve not exceeding 5% of the estimated direct eligible costs. The indirect costs incurred in carrying out the action may be eligible for flat-rate funding, but the total must not exceed 7% of the estimated total eligible direct costs. Contributions in kind are not eligible except personal cost for volunteers. The following costs are not eligible: debts and debt service charges like interest, provisions for losses or potential future liabilities, costs declared by the beneficiaries and financed by another action or work program receiving a European Union grant, purchases of land or buildings, currency exchange losses, credit to third parties, salary costs of the personnel of national administrations. You are eligible? Great! Go to the second step and watch now our next video about the concept note. The VET Toolbox, relevant skills for all.